I came back, and when I went to my room, I could still smell this fragrance in the air like 2.5 hours later. You leave a trail every step of your way. 𝐂𝐸𝐸𝐺 is really, really remarkable. This is a very luxurious vanilla fragrance, which I think takes the fragrance to a whole new level with a very strong presence and great lasting power. This one is a must try. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Giselle. I talk about all things fragrances here, and today I'm going to review very feminine and seductive perfumes. So if you want to hear more about these fragrances, let's dive in. So the first fragrance I have on my list today is Love Don't Be Shy Extreme. This is the Extreme version by Kilian. Please don't get fooled by the name Extreme because it doesn't mean it's the original but stronger. It's a different fragrance, although it has the same DNA and it shares the same neroli, orange blossom, and marshmallow notes. They also added rose to the composition, which I think takes the fragrance to a whole new level. And mind you, I have the original. It's been one of my signature scents for years. I think I bought the first Don't Be Shy back in 2010 or something like that. So I love it. I'm not throwing shade at the original or anything like that. It's just that I like this one better. It's more sophisticated, as I said. The original, it's more girly, more flirty. Well, this one takes all that plus a grown-up factor without smelling vintage. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's so elegant, so sophisticated. It's perfect for spring and summer. It's very sugary as well. The original has a sugary component that makes it extremely addictive, which is the marshmallow note. Usually it's created with orange blossom. So the orange blossom is still very present. It still has that beautiful sugary addictive component that the original has. But as I said, the rose in this composition takes the fragrance to a whole different level. And honestly, they are similar, but you can still have both. You can still have both, and this has always been very, very hard to find. Now you can find it. In fact, you can even find it at Sephora. I will link it down below. However, I heard it's been discontinued. It always was a rare fragrance, considered rare because of scarcity, but now even more that apparently it has been discontinued. So if you find it in stock, I highly encourage you to snag your bottle before it's gone forever. And you know, when a fragrance is discontinued due to scarcity, and especially when it's a highly coveted perfume like this one, you know, prices go up. So keep that in mind. To me, this perfume is a red carpet type of scent. It's absolutely beautiful. The original, it's beautiful as well, but I wouldn't say it's a red carpet type of fragrance, if you know what I mean. This one is. It's a very smooth white floral, non-indolic, not headache inducing, so beautiful. It's velvety, it's fluffy, it's smooth, very satiny. Oh gosh, I love it. So if you haven't yet, I highly encourage you to try Love Don't Be Shy Extreme. The next fragrance on my list is Vinegia 21 by the Merchant of Venice. Guys, this is a masterpiece in a bottle. Just the bottle alone to me is a masterpiece. Look at this. Look at this. Oops, sorry. It's gorgeous. So this is a vanilla fragrance with a very sweet, or not very sweet, but it's definitely a sweet saffron. This is a very luxurious vanilla fragrance. It's not your average vanilla. It's not the snack type of vanilla. This is a very upscale, very luxurious vanilla scent that it's really different from most of the vanillas you can find out there. It's really beautiful. It's smooth, it's creamy, it's slightly smoky, very slightly smoky. It has incense, but the incense here provides more depth than anything else. So even if you don't like incense in fragrances, don't be discouraged because the incense here, as I said, it's not really present. The fragrance does have a very slight smokiness, but it's very subtle, but it has a lot of depth. The saffron we have here, it's a sweet saffron, as I was saying, and it reminds me a little bit of the type of saffron we have in Baccarat Rouge 540. I'm not saying this is similar to Baccarat Rouge 540 because it couldn't be more different as a fragrance. I don't want to say it's similar because sometimes people take what they hear literally. But what I'm trying to say is that it's a type of saffron that we have in Baccarat Rouge 540. It's sweet, very present. It's slightly sharp in the opening, but as the fragrance transitions, you won't have any sharpness whatsoever. Actually, the fragrance will become smoother and creamier. We have praline, which has creaminess with fragrances and also sweetness. We also have sandalwood. We have sandalwood in the base, so it is a woodsy dry down together with a little bit of patchouli, vanilla, and incense. It's a gorgeous, luxurious gourmand, a deep, sexy vanilla fragrance. It's sweet, creamy, fluffy, completely mass appealing. Everybody loves this fragrance. 100% a nighttime type of scent. Of course, you can wear this during the day, but I think this perfume truly shines during the night. Actually, it's an all year round type of scent, but during the summer, guys, this fragrance smells absolutely exquisite, especially summer nights. So I highly encourage you to try it if you haven't yet. The Merchant of Venice has amazing fragrances. This is one of the most expensive ones from this house, so I highly encourage you to try it first. I will link it down below in case you want to try it. This is a 10 out of 10 when it comes to performance, guys. Projection is out of this world. 𝐂𝐸𝐸𝐺𝐸 is absolutely incredible. You leave a trail every step of your way. 𝐂𝐸𝐸𝐺𝐸 is really remarkable. And lasting power, it's anywhere between 8 to 10 hours without overspraying. Yes, it's a sweet vanilla. You have the gourmand addictive component that most vanilla fragrances have. However, it's not obnoxious. Believe it or not, not everyone loves vanilla. Even less the extreme gourmand. This is undoubtedly one of the most luxurious vanilla fragrances you can find on the market. And seriously, I can't recommend this fragrance enough. If you love vanilla fragrances, but you're kind of tired of the pastry type of thing, this one, guys, is a must try. Yes, it has a gourmand component. So if you don't like gourmands at all, if you hate gourmands, this fragrance is not for you. But if you like expensive smelling, luxurious, grown-up gourmand type of scents, then this one is a must try. Vinegia 21 by the Merchant of Venice. So moving on, guys, we have Sisters Before Misters by Jusbox. This is a very beautiful gift I received in PR, and it couldn't be happier. It's absolutely beautiful. It's been created to pay tribute to the Spice Girls, and yeah, it is a very girly, very flirty type of scent, very youthful. It's really beautiful, really beautiful. I would say the opening, we have some contrast here. The opening, it's very youthful, and at first sniff, I would think this targets a very young audience, like teenagers, early 20s. But as the fragrance transitions, it becomes way more of an ageless type of scent and more floral. It opens with a very bright bubblegummy tuberose, which is not my thing. In fact, it wasn't love at first sniff. However, I'm so happy I gave this fragrance a second chance, because now I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with this perfume. This fragrance is gourmand, and in the opening, it's definitely outside of my gourmand comfort zone. However, after 5 minutes, the fragrance starts to transition, leaving that candy aspect behind, and it becomes a completely different thing. I think it's a very complex fragrance, even though in the first spritzes, you might think it's a very simple linear type of scent, but it's not. Once we leave behind that candy aspect, the fragrance becomes way more sparkling, juicy, creamy, musky, floral, and it later settles into a very woodsy and creamy base. It's very long lasting. I get anywhere between 8 and 10 hours. I don't know if this is because of the high heat and high humidity that sometimes fragrances tend to last longer. I received this fragrance recently, so I haven't tested it in colder weather, but I will. I definitely will. I love to test fragrances throughout the year, but so far, I'm telling you, I'm loving this perfume, and I already put a dent here, and this is a big bottle. That's probably why the dent doesn't seem so big, but yeah, I've worn this fragrance, and I received a couple compliments. I actually oversprayed a few times I wore this perfume because I wasn't familiar with the fragrance and I wanted to test it. And honestly, you don't even need to overspray because it could be a little bit cloying for people who are not into gourmand fragrances. And even though I'm not the biggest fan of gourmands, as you probably know, this one, I would say it's really nice, and I'm glad I gave it a second chance because, as I said, now I'm loving it. Projection is average, but it leaves a very beautiful and sugary 𝐂𝐸𝐸𝐺𝐸. Have you tried this fragrance? I'm really curious to hear your thoughts. The next fragrance on my list today is Sensual Instinct by Montale. This is one of my favorites from the house. I think this is my third bottle, and it's almost, you can hear, it's almost empty. I love it. It's so sensual. They couldn't have chosen a better name because it is very, very sexy, very voluptuous. I really love Sensual Instinct, and so do all the people whom I recommend this fragrance to. So this fragrance, it's a powerhouse, just like all fragrances from Montale. It's super strong. It definitely packs a punch. It has a little bit of a sharpness in the opening, and that's probably because of the spices. We have saffron and cardamom, but we can make generalizations because it really boils down to the blend, right? For example, in Vinegia 21, the saffron is very smooth, very soft. Here we do have saffron, but it's really strong. However, that lasts only just a few minutes, and as the fragrance transitions, you will leave all that sharpness behind and the fragrance will start flourishing. This fragrance is boozy, it's fruity, it's strong, it's very intoxicating. It also has 3 notes that add creaminess and sweetness, and also a gourmand component to this fragrance, which are cacao, coffee, and tiramisu. These 3 notes not only add sweetness, but also that gourmand component, as I said, that make this perfume extremely addictive, without making this fragrance a 100% gourmand type of scent. I would say this is a non-gourmand scent with a gourmand aspect. The dry down is completely different from what you get in the opening. That's what I was saying. After a few minutes, the fragrance starts to transition and you won't get any sharpness whatsoever. In fact, the dry down, it's creamy, it's woodsy, it's very enveloping, very cozy. It's still very sexy, very sensual, very deep, but it doesn't have any sharpness. Conversely, it settles into a very rounded type of scent. So in the dry down, the intensity is definitely toned down and it has an added rose note. It's also pretty vanillic, which makes this perfume more feminine, more elegant, sophisticated, extremely sexy, and also very smooth and very velvety. If you are into beast mode fragrances, if you like to be smelled before you enter the room, this one is a must try. In fact, I recommend being very mindful with your spritzes. Usually when I wear Sensual Instinct, I spray 15-20 minutes before leaving my house, because otherwise you could be choking people around you, especially during the summer. If you haven't yet, Sensual Instinct is a must try. The next sexy fragrance I have for you today is Divina by Paradis de Sens. This is another fragrance I received in PR, and you know me, I'll never mislead you. I never review fragrances I don't like, but I wanted to review Divina because it's absolutely stunning. It's truly divine. I haven't seen many people talking about it, and it's a stunner, guys. A stunner. If you like Rouge Malakit, you will love this perfume. Guys, let me tell you, this is one of the sexiest fragrances I have in my entire collection. And my first reaction the moment I pulled the lid off was, where have you been all this time? This perfume is so sexy, so incredible. It's ambery, it's spicy. It reminds me a lot of Rouge Malakit. This perfume is in the same category and it will give you the exact same vibes. It's spicy, it's creamy. See, there's a lot of magic behind the fragrance creation because this fragrance doesn't have tuberose, at least it's not listed among the notes. Well, Rouge Malakit is a tuberose forward fragrance. So when you compare the most dominant notes, they couldn't be more different. This actually has orange flower. However, they are similar. Everything, as I always say, boils down to the composition as a whole. And this is prime example. 2 completely different fragrances if you look at the notes. However, there are a lot of similarities when you smell them. I would definitely wear this perfume for the same purpose I would wear Rouge Malakit. Is equally sensual, equally sexy, super voluptuous as well, and honestly I think I like this one much better. They are completely different fragrances, however the DNA is similar and you'll get similar vibes. It's so intoxicating. I wish you could smell my skin through the screen. So good. It's sweet, it's very resinous. We have benzoin here, so it is a resinous fragrance. We also have vanilla, and as I said before, a couple citruses in the opening, but as the fragrance transitions, you'll still get the essence of those citruses without the zesty part of them. It's also very bright, also very creamy. Super duper intoxicating scent, very sensual, very sexy. To me, this is a feminine fragrance. I wouldn't even say this is a unisex scent, but of course you can wear whatever you want, you do you. However, to me, this is a woman in a bottle, period. It has great lasting power. It lasts about 10 hours. And also projection is really, really strong. Let me tell you, last Saturday I wore this fragrance when I went to dinner. I came back, and when I went to my room, I could still smell this fragrance in the air like 2.5 hours later. So performance is remarkable. The scent is so beautiful, guys. If you haven't yet, take my video as a sign and go get a sample, because this perfume is absolutely stunning. If you like deep, resinous, sweet, sensual fragrances with a very strong presence and great lasting power, this one is a must try. Divina by Paradis. And the last seductive fragrance I have for you today is Dolce Melodia by Sospiro. It's so good. This is a sweet, fruity, floral fragrance, pretty vanillic as well. It has woodsy notes. It's a very intoxicating, fruity, floral, woodsy, vanillic scent. The notes behind is Christian Provenzano. He's a master perfumer. This fragrance, let me tell you, is no exception. It's really bright, really juicy. It has jasmine, it has pear. It's also musky, a lot of vanilla here. I pick a lot of vanilla and woodsy notes right in the opening. It's really uplifting, very invigorating. It's very bright, very luminous, mass appealing. Everybody loves this fragrance. I get tons of compliments when I wear it. And it also lasts around 6 hours without overspraying, with a beautiful sillage and an average projection. I think this perfume is perfect for summer date nights. I truly love to wear this perfume in the summer. Honestly, I wear it all year round, but I think spring and summer, especially summer, is its season. Very addictive, almost intoxicating without the heady component. Very feminine. It has jasmine, as I mentioned. I don't know if I said it before, but it does have gardenia, one of my favorite flowers, both in real life and in perfumery. And it's just stunning. It's absolutely beautiful, easy to wear, super versatile, day or nighttime type of scent, and you can go wrong. I think this fragrance lives up to the hype for a good reason. So guys, this wraps up today's video. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you so much for subscribing. Please don't forget to hit the bell icon so you won't miss my upcoming videos. I hope you enjoy my super feminine and seductive fragrances. Let me know in the comments below if you know any of these fragrances, if you are familiar with any of the fragrances I reviewed today. Please guys, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.